Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to talk about this gorgeous bag today. This right here is the APC Grace Baguette shoulder bag. This is a variation of their very popular, one of their best-selling Grace bags. The original Grace bag is a little bit more boxy, but what they did was they stretched this out and created a baguette version. And we all know that the baguettes have been having a moment this year with Fendi celebrating a commemorative anniversary. So I just could not take my eyes off of this bag and I had to have it. I actually bought it for well below retail off of Farfetch. So whatever deals I can find on any site, I'll put down below in my description box with links so you can access it. The retail price is $645 plus tax if you were to buy directly from APC, but I did notice that a lot of websites do have it available for far less. Because of holiday sales, you might be able to get a really great deal. So this right here is a beautiful, gorgeous, deep caramel brown, but it's got like wine undertones to it, burgundy wine undertones. So it's really rich. You can see this is the true color. There's no special lighting happening here. I never use artificial lighting. I'm just sitting in the sun by my window and it is stunning. It has the shiny gold hardware, and many of you have asked me about the wear and tear in this bag. I've only owned this bag for about a month and a half or so. I've been using it regularly and I avoid taking it out when it's raining because this kind of smooth leather doesn't usually do well in the rain, so I am being careful about that. But otherwise, I've been wearing this without much care, not being too careful with it, and as you can see, it is absolutely pristine. Many of you asked about the scratches on this type of leather because it's a smooth leather, and you know what? There are absolutely no scratches whatsoever. In fact, I've got longer nails right now. I need to clip them. They're driving me crazy. But look. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm literally scratching and scraping the leather, and I'm not being gentle. And I can do it all over. So you see, this has been treated with something, some kind of like coating that makes it beautiful and polished and smooth, but also protected. So again, I wouldn't get it wet, but I'm not going to be afraid of scratches because it's not scratching. Unless you're going to take a really sharp pair of keys and literally dig into it, I think you'll be perfectly fine. Also, I've been asked about scratches on the hardware. So no scratches on the hardware whatsoever, but you will see fingerprints and smudges, and eventually you might see some hairline scratches because any kind of shiny hardware like this, I do have it on some of my other bags, it scratches, and that's just to be expected. So if that's going to bother you, it's something to consider. Doesn't bother me at all. Now the strap here is not removable, but it is adjustable. As you can see, you've got multiple holes, and this is really meant to be worn as a short shoulder bag. Proportionally speaking, when you look at the balance of this bag, it's long down here and then short on the strap, so it's really balanced. I think it's lovely like this. It is my one short shoulder bag like this that I absolutely love in my entire handbag collection. Now, if you wanted to pull these studs out and shimmy the strap and make it longer, you can do that. I did show that in my original unboxing video, and you can wear this crossbody, but I will say, in my opinion, this doesn't look as chic as it does when it's worn shoulder strap. It doesn't look as chic when you do it crossbody for some reason, and I think because it throws off the balance. But if you wanted to do that, you're running around, you want to be completely hands-free and you don't want to worry about the strap falling off your shoulder, you can absolutely wear it crossbody. The one thing to note though is when you pull this through and you make it a longer crossbody length, the holes here, the holes don't necessarily match up exactly where you want it, so you might actually have to punch extra holes if you really want to wear this as a crossbody bag. Not a big deal, you can easily do that. You can also probably just bring it to a local cobbler and they could do that for you for a very nominal fee. But I really feel like this is meant to be worn as a short shoulder bag. I say that again. And then the original Grace bag that's more square, I feel like would look fine as a crossbody bag. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents on that. And so let me open this up. I've been talking so much, wanted to give you an update. This is what it looks like, the clasp just like so. And it's very simple, as you can see. You can do it one-handed. You don't need 2 hands to do it. And then this inside is so soft and beautiful. It makes it feel much more luxurious, and frankly, would make you think this bag is priced much higher than it really is. So this is all raw leather, kind of suede feeling, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So something to keep in mind, because it is a baguette style, it is going to be slimmer, as you can see here. And so This is pretty much the main compartment. This is the opening. It is fabric lined on the inside, so you don't have to worry about ruining it with any sharp objects. And then you've got this open compartment here. You can add your card, your cash, your ID for easy access. This is a structured leather, as you can see. It is somewhat pliable, but not super flexible. It's just a little give here. So if you need to get a lot in here, it's going to be tricky because it's slim, okay? I'll show you when I start putting some items inside. But if you are someone like me who's a bit of a minimalist in terms of not carrying a lot every day and you just need your essentials, this should be fine. So let me first weigh the bag for you since I received questions about the weight, and then I will go into what fits, and then I'll do size comparisons with other bags. So here is my trusty scale. Let's make sure. Okay, so it's in ounces at the moment, and it's showing up as about 19.7 ounces. So it is going to be over a pound. Let me put it in as pounds so you can see. So it's actually 1 pound, 3.6 ounces. So almost 1 pound, 4 ounces, because it is all leather and it's more structured leather and the strap is not removable and you've got the hardware, you have to weigh all of that. So it's about 1 pound and 4 ounces, thereabouts. It definitely does not feel heavy. It also won't get that heavy because you can't put all that much in here, so it's not like you can cram your whole life in here. So it's limited, and therefore that will also keep the bag from getting to be too heavy. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, here is a full-size Continental wallet. This is pretty much as big as it gets when it comes to wallets. And I just wanted to show you a size reference here against the bag. And it slips right in because they're both pretty slim and long, so the shapes are very similar. So that's what it looks like, but it takes up pretty much a good chunk of the bag, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. And I don't know if many people use full-size wallets every day these days. Here is the Louis Vuitton mini pochette, and that also fits like so. And then you've got the poofier, slightly poofier dress up your purse version that I have in this rose violet color. This is from my collab collection with them, and it's packed right now to the brim with lots of stuff, and that too fits. You can see it's a little bit more snug because it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit poofier, and it's full with all my stuff. But I want to show you that. And then here is my key pouch to give you an idea of how that fits. Here is my coin purse with my earbuds in them. There we go. Here's my sunglasses, so I can put that in. So you get the point, right? And then you can easily put in a card holder. Also, I'm going to use this empty phone case. You guys might be tired of seeing this. I just use this because it's from my old phone and I film with my new phone. My new phone is an iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is essentially the same size as this old one, which was the iPhone 7 Plus. So that goes in like so, and it's getting pretty full. So this is what I mean by just your daily essentials, nothing too extra. It's quite a minimal sized bag, and you can close it up like so. If you don't need your sunglasses, that would give you more room. You might be able to put something like a Chanel mini O case in here. I've got some stuff in here at the moment, and that slips in as well. So the good thing about a horizontal kind of long bag is that you don't have to rummage to get to the bottom of the bag. You know, it's not one of those long bags where things fall to the bottom and you have to dig for it. It's all kind of stacked neatly across the bag, but you do have to keep in mind because it is going like this across, very slim, you can't put any major bulky items in here, as you can see. Okay, and then I think we come to my favorite part of these review videos. I find it most helpful when I see bags next to other bags that I'm familiar with, so I like to do that for you guys. So here is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoire, and this is what it looks like next to the APC Grace Baguette. So very similar in silhouette. If you like this style, then you'll get really comfortable with the APC bag. You can see from the side here. Of course, this is canvas and more pliable and lighter, and it's got a zipper opening versus a flap. And here we go. This is what it looks like. So the Louis Vuitton is just about 1 inch shorter in length. Yeah, I would say roughly maybe 3/4 of an inch shorter in length. But in terms of like depth of the bag and stuff, it looks very, very similar actually. It's my first time doing this. Okay, and then let me show you this one here. The Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse might have a more boxy shape to it compared to the Grace Baguette, but let's look at the length. Yeah, the length of the bag, this is a really nice universal size for a lot of people, unless you're super petite. And the length, usually, there are a lot of bags that are measured this exact length. I feel like it's a very popular dimension that many handbag designers use. So you can see it's pretty much the same in length. It's just that the baguette is a little shorter, about an inch or so shorter. And then here is what it looks like from the side. Of course, the Pochette Matisse has more compartments, so it's going to have a different design, but it also has the same kind of flap with gold hardware clasp in the front. So it's similar in a way. And then I also have this bag here. I have to, of course, compare it with this bag because a lot of us have been talking about how APC is basically the more affordable version of the Celine classic bags, and I would agree. I would absolutely agree. I talked about this in my affordable alternatives video that you guys seem to really like. So here's the medium size classic box bag that I have from Celine. I've owned it for a number of years now. And I would say this probably is more like the original APC Grace bag, the more square one that I mentioned earlier. But here it is side by side. And this, as you can see, has very smooth leather. And so many people have asked me also about the scratches and the wear and tear on this. And you can see it's perfectly fine. So don't be intimidated by this kind of leather. Okay. And then let's put this side by side like so. You can see that the Grace Baguette on the right is a little bit slimmer and shorter. Okay, this is quite heavy compared to this one just because it's got layers and layers and layers of leather inside. So that's going to add to it. Plus, it's just, I think, bigger overall. So there we have it, those two side by side. I think the black version of this is also gorgeous. If you don't already have a beautiful black shoulder bag in this type of smooth leather, I think that's a really nice choice as well. I just didn't want to get black because then it would look too similar to my Celine bag. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to show you before we move on is that standard greeting cards and such fit in the bag. That's a pet peeve of mine when bags don't hold cards, because when I go to events or weddings or baby showers or what have you, or birthdays, and I want to give a card, I remember I would have bags back in the day where this would not fit, and I'd be like, ugh, and I'd have to give it to my husband and ask him to hold it for me. And I don't know, just, so this is, I'm preparing Christmas holiday tips for a lot of people around us, so this is just one of the cards, and I want to be able to, like, look how many cards can fit. I want to be able to carry these around with me, so when I see these people this week, I can hand them out, and I want to use this bag. So you see, you can use a bunch, put a bunch in there, no problem. I'm so happy about that. I know it's silly, but it kind of matters for me. All right, and then let's talk about the cons. Frankly, I am smitten with this bag. I think you can tell. So there's not a whole lot of negatives that I can see from it. It's wearing really well. I'm enjoying it. It's beautiful. I feel like it's timeless. It's not trendy, so I can wear this bag forever. But here are a couple of things to make note of. If you are finicky about smudges and smears on shiny hardware, this will smudge and smear. My fingerprints get on it all the time. If you are finicky about hairline scratches getting on hardware, this will get scratched, I guarantee, okay? Because I know from my experience with other bags with similar types of hardware. If you are preferring to wear this as a crossbody most of the time, I would recommend the original Grace that's a little bit more boxy. I really do think this baguette style looks better and feels better when it's worn as a short shoulder bag. The other thing is what I mentioned earlier about the capacity. This is really for those of us who don't need to carry a whole lot. And if you're going to wear this dressed up or casually, if you're just going to carry your daily essentials, I think it'll be perfect. But if you're trying to use this as some kind of workhorse bag, like a tote bag where you want to shove everything in it, this isn't going to be that bag. The last thing I want to mention that might be worthwhile knowing is that this bag does not stand on its own. At least mine does not. Oh, okay. Now it does. What in the world? So So a few times I tried it and it wouldn't stand, and now it's standing. So never mind. I guess you have to just place it down gingerly and it balances. But yeah, so really no cons in my opinion, just some things to keep in mind about your preferences, but literally not a single con now that I can think of. And I want to say it is exquisitely made. The value is there. The price is right. There's not a single stitch out of place. It is so well done. I am really, really impressed with APC. All right, hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out immensely so that other people can find this video. I didn't see any other videos or reviews on this bag in particular, so that's why I wanted to do it. And if you have any questions for me, just leave them down in the comment section below and I will try my best to get to them. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.